the majority of rinks is all in the municipality or in the community rinks where people are coming in every day. You've got 10 to 15 cuts a day. You've got multiple buildings, multiple sheets of ice. Justin Fiddler and his team over at Middlesex over the last few years have always, well, for a number of years, have been spearheading initiatives to push things forward, and they've been early adopters in a variety of tools, which I'll let Justin speak about. And we're excited that Sub Zero is another one that they've identified and have again taken the lead with over the last few months, and have done some phenomenal stuff and continue into next season. So we're going to ask the same questions, but again, more from a community perspective. Uh, Justin, how did you guys currently do or previously do your ice step checks? Justin Jacob.
Uh, Very similar to RJ, and the paper and clipboard went out, typically onto a cart and wheeled it around. And upon completion, if it was legible, I do have some operators that handwriting is they'd make a great pharmacist in some of their prescriptions. But it was always a challenge how many coffee cups sat on top of the sheet of paper before it got put into the binder, and where, if it made it into the binder, it was maybe used for a post-it note somewhere along the line. So that paper copy maybe had a 80% chance of getting filed properly 3 or 4 days after the ice measurements were done, and then the coffee stains just went along with it. So for me as a manager, wanting to complete those trends or the just to do a review, it was always a challenge. And not one that we could overcome easily. And then just upon some review, we were able to started talking with Zach and the team there, and it was kind of hitting the market that I wanted to see, and myself having access to it at any given time. Getting rid of the paper copies, getting rid of the illegible handwriting, and making it easier for the operators. So that's where we got into the Sub Zero, and glad we did.
Awesome. And that leads nicely into
Yeah.
how did you guys hear about it and start, and what made you guys want to say, okay, let's do it, let's sign up and let's start using it.
Essentially, Zach, I think it was a just a phone call to you about 6 months ago, 7 months
Mhm.
ago. Start with an email, and within a week, I think we had pretty much started the process. And within a couple weeks, we had the operator, the back end platform already done with email addresses all set up and the profiles, and then we're able to do that. And within 4 weeks, I believe we had our first webinar online session with you for a training. And within 5 weeks, we were live, and Jacob and the team were out there using it consistently.
Wow. So is it reasonable to say that from initial reach out all the way to your guys setting it up, 4 to 5 weeks and you're good to go?
It was less than a month, yeah, and that included the full training session with all the operators, and that was multiple times back and forth to get the with our three ice pads, get them set up with the just on the online portion, in the sense of getting the Zamboni gate in the right place, players benches in the right place. I know you and I went back and forth numerous times a Friday afternoon at 5 o'clock for one of them, and we were able to get it set up. I'm, it's not often you say perfect, but it worked out great, and in a perfect correlation to how our ice rinks are laid out.
Yeah, that's awesome. And there's a lot of tools out there where you need weeks and months and years to really set up and get value out of it. From I'd say your first day of using it with your first ice step check, how long did it take for you guys to say, wow, okay, we can do trends, we can do reports, we can get value out of it, we can see stuff. How long does that take to see that
Uh,
return?
yeah, I'm going to say essentially the first one. I believe Jacob was one of the first ones to do the initial reports. And within him walking off the ice, I was able to log in and see the report live. And I was able to, you know, what, that's exactly what I was looking for. So that as soon as that first report was live, that proved to me the benefit right then and there.
I love it. Awesome. I know we spoke a bit about Jacob. So Jacob and the other staff members, what was their thoughts? How's their adoption been of it? Have they been adverse to it, or how do they feel?
Everyone bought into it, knowing the challenge to get out there and writing on clipboard, paper, etc. Um, we do have. I will be the first one to admit we are a community rink, so we do have some 30-year veterans, and we do have some 5-year veterans such as Jacob. So traditionally, in the past, as you brought in new software platforms or new technology, the 30-year veterans were usually the most reluctant to adapt. But this one has been an easy transition for all, from the seasoned veteran to the rookie. They've all bought in just due to the ease of use. It's not a you know what? Yeah, you're still doing the drilling. Everybody can use a drill, but and I'm gonna also say with the caliper, we do have some of our rookie um, operators that you know what they have not been brought up in the era of being able to read quarter inch, eighth of an inch, 16th of an inch. You know what? The calipers do all the math and adding for you, so it eliminates the guesswork of the 16 spaces between the one and the two on the tape measure.
No, I'll be guilty of that too. I find it difficult as well. So anything to make it easier, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. And then what benefits have you guys seen? Maybe some stories you've had, or just overall ice levels that's kind of been different from Sub-Zero. Yeah.
Yeah, this is just another, I'm going to say another tool in our ice maker's toolbox. We have invested heavily for a small municipality, a community rank, as Zach was alluding to earlier. You know what, we have gone the ways of the level ice system. We've gone the ways of the fast ice system. So traditionally, you don't see that in a lot of municipal or smaller municipal rinks. So the Sub Zero was just the next option, and you know what? It was just it had to add to the toolbox. We've been able to realize some time savings for the operator on the ice, and at the same time, I can't say is it helped us achieve a more consistent sheet of ice, but what it did do is help reaffirm the work, the edging processes that we're doing, the ice cuts that we're doing. It has allowed us to view the trends and identify. We always knew we had a couple problematic areas on the ice surface, but here, using the Sub Zero, it allowed us to track those problematic areas and see what's going on is that on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, and are those areas reacting to the and making sense with the maintenance work that we're putting into those areas. So that has been a time saver for us. Cost savings. You know what? We are able to get a better handle on the ice thickness across the board on a more consistent basis, and we can adjust the level ice controller on the ice resurfacer to accommodate or accept that, and being able to religiously keep the ice at a thickness that is going to provide us the best quality ice and the see the most efficiencies on the refrigeration equipment.
That's awesome. So then bringing this all together, I know people always ask, okay, well, it comes down to the cost of this. What's the cost? Is Sub-Zero a crazy expensive tool that requires tons of budgeting and quotes and need to be done? Or how easy is the process to get signed up on it from what you guys experienced?
It was pretty easy for us in the sense of yes, it may seem like a significant cost right up front, which it isn't though. You know what? I looked at it. If I could save, if we're doing ISEP checks twice a week, and I'm able to save 15 to 20 minutes to half an hour per week over the course of we run our two of our pads are year round and our other pad 6 months. So if I'm able to save 4 or 5 hours a week of time, or 4 or 5 hours a month. That allows us to get additional work done in the stands, changing light bulbs, painting, whatever. So it's very easy for me to justify that in a presentation to our council, and it was essentially there was no pushback at all, and I was able to justify it also through the just that electronic logbook portion that you know what that binder's not going to go missing if you're called out 3 years from now for a discovery. You know what, you have that data. You're not sifting through binders that are out of order, that are kind of a disgrace. So very, very easy to justify for my operation.
Awesome. Last question for you. Same thing I asked RJ. What would you say to those that are considering or interested in learning more about Sub-Zero, or taking the leap?
You know what? Um, I just for a conclusion note there, and that kind of covers everything. The operations team at the Municipality Middlesex Center have been impressed with the introduction of the Sub-Zero software to their ice maintenance toolbox. With the integrated online ice step screen and the Bluetooth calibers for measuring, it has led to both time savings and greater accuracy. No longer is the operations team filing the paper copies, but they're easy to find and all online. So I encourage everyone to at least go through the process of having a the online demo. You know, if you do not have the if you don't think you have the funding or availability, reach out. I could you know give a couple tidbits that I had used for my council discussion, and just the on the cost savings. The efficiencies and the legal issues as part of it, but I encourage everyone to at least go through the process of us getting the demo done, and then not making a decision until they see the benefits coming out of the demo.
Phenomenal. Thank you so much for your time, Justin. A great perspective from a practical side of a local community using a Sub-Zero tool. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I'll just add, you
Mhm.
know, on the for our municipal rink, obviously we're not California like RJ. I wish we could be down there some days, but our two of our pads that we're finding the most, I'm going to say the biggest return for us. We are hitting 30 to 35 ice cuts a day on them, so it is a busy. Between the two pads.
Mhm.
It is a busy facility all summer long as well, 7 days a week. So it's not the traditional, I'm going to say, 6 or 7 ice cut small municipal rink. So it is, we are seeing the benefits there.